Shalom, shalom wa ahaba, mishpaka, shalom wa ahaba. Peace and love, family, peace and love. I want to say shalom to the whole house of Israel, all 12 tribes scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, to wherever we've been driven to the lands of our captivity. I would also like to say shalom to the sojourners, the Gentiles, and the foreigners, and all those who give thanks, honor, and praises to the Elohim, or God of the Bible, and his only begotten Son, Yeshua HaMashiach, to whom many of you refer to as Christ. Hallelujah. Bishpaka, today I want to approach a topic that's pretty much a live topic within the so-called black community in America, dealing with the Karmelo Anthony situation and the verdict in the years, and just the whole way that this situation is causing a separation, which I feel is a much needed separation within the black community, between what I will call civilized so-called black folks and ninjas. You understand that? You know what I'm getting at, Mitch Picard? There is a difference between civilized so-called black folks, God-fearing so-called black folks, and those of us who deal with righteousness over our blackness. You understand that, Mitch Picard? Those who do not allow our blackness to define us as individuals. You see what I'm getting at? And this is why, and when you see the way people are reacting and responding to this Karmelo Anthony situation, it makes us say even more that we are God first. We are Yah first, not black first. Do not associate me with them type of Negroes. You understand what I mean, Picard? You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to just give you a couple of reasons why I could care less whether these type of people, you see what I'm saying, you know what I mean, who consider people like us who are so-called black folks who do not support Karmelo Anthony and or his parents, you see what I'm saying, or people like that. You see what I'm saying? Do not want to be associated with people who support that situation. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Picard? And first and foremost, we do not condone murder. You understand that? And for all you so-called Bible-believing people out there, I understand godless folks. I understand people out here who have no moral code, no ethics. You understand that? If you come and you tell me I don't care. It don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a racist. I'm going with black. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Then I can deal with your ignorance. You know what I'm saying? There's no need for me to waste breath on you. As my grandfather used to say, that is a waste of spit and wind trying to talk to a person like that. But for those people who always claiming victimhood and always claiming racism when it comes to so-called white folks, and then don't want to be considered racist themselves when they out here supporting a situation like this Karmelo Anthony situation, when they know good and well that if the shoe was on the other foot and the same situation happened, but the boy who got pushed was a so-called white boy, and the boy who did the, you know what I'm saying, yeah, and the boy who got stabbed was the so-called black kid, that the whole black community would be calling for his head. You see what I'm saying? So I don't associate with no hypocrites. You know what I mean? And it does not faze me when fools, you know what I'm saying, try to be a judge of your character and try to say, oh, you cooning, or oh, you's a bootlicker. You know what I'm saying? Which is hilarious to me for anybody that knows me personally. You know what I mean? But because I don't support murder, you know what I mean, which is the sixth commandment. You see what I'm saying? Right after the Most High tell you to honor your mother and your father in Exodus, or Shemot, more commonly known as the book of Exodus, chapter 20, when the 10 commandments were laid down, that right after the Most High tell you to honor your mother and your father, he tells you you should not murder. You see what I'm saying? He don't say you should not kill, but you should not murder. I mean, you should not kill unnecessarily. You should not kill innocent people. You see what I'm saying? And when you are defending Karmelo Anthony, you are defending murder. You understand that, Mr. Picard? Because when somebody push you, you got the right to push them back. You see what I'm saying? If somebody swing on you, you got the right to swing on them back. You see what I'm saying? If somebody come at you and try to put lethal force on you, you got the right to respond with lethal force. And that's just the way that it is, Mr. Picard. And we know that if the shoe was on the other foot, y'all will be calling for his head. But that's one of the reasons why I am Most High first. I am God first and not black first. Do not associate me with them niggas. Sleek out, Mr. Picard. But you know what I'm getting at. With them ninjas. You know what I mean? Do not associate me with that. I could care less. It's time for us to remove ourselves from that situation. You see what I'm saying? Another reason I do not is these people out here pissing on graves. I don't condone nobody that's desecrating graves. You see what I'm saying? And I do not want to be associated with a group of people that feel like it's okay and justified, you know what I mean, to be out here pissing on people's graves. Do not associate me with that. Then we out here, we got some trending on TikTok called the Austin Bop. where these young so-called Carmelo Anthony supporters out here done made up dancing, you know what I'm saying, mocking the so-called, you know what I mean, mocking the so-called white people's family, the Metcalf family, who lost a son behind violence. You see what I'm saying? When I get up early in the morning, because I have a job, you understand that? So 4:50 a.m. I'm up. I watch the news every day, the local news. You know what I mean? And I stay in the area of Virginia called the Seven Cities. If you put all 7 of our cities together, it'll probably be as big as one of y'all larger major cities. But every morning I wake up to hearing and news of shootings throughout the so-called black neighborhoods within my area. And ain't no so-called white people committing these murders and these shootings. You see what I'm saying? And until I see the same smoke for these young YNs, y'all like to call them, out here shooting up every damn thing and killing people, killing babies. You see what I'm saying? In places like Chicago. You know what I mean? Until I see the same smoke, you can miss me with that Carmelo Anthony nonsense. You understand that? You're not going to get me to associate and align myself with people that support this type of behavior. You know what I mean? And parents that sold their kid out for money. You know what I mean? You know good and as well, anybody that cared about their kid, they wouldn't let their child face no murder trial. You see what I'm saying? You knew everything that them 26, 27, 28 witnesses got up there and said. Y'all already knew that. See what I'm saying? So I'm not going to let them people even get up there and say that about my son. We going to get us a high-paid lawyer. We going for manslaughter. We throwing ourselves at the mercy of the court. I'm going to try to get this boy out of prison before he's 30 years old because you done messed up. See what I'm saying? You know you're going to jail. You know what I mean? You done stabbed somebody for pushing you. You ain't beating that in court. You understand that? And ain't nobody jumped you. I have yet to see no evidence of somebody being jumped. Ain't nobody had no weapons out there. What was you doing with a knife at a track meet anyway? You see what I'm saying? And until we start policing our own community and calling a spade, ain't nobody gonna take us seriously. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not dealing in no hypocrisy. I am Most High first. I am God first, not no black first. Because you're not gonna get me to associate myself nor my family with that kind of behavior. And I could care less what some of you Negroes, you know what I'm saying, you supposed to be black niggas out here, you know what I mean, what you're speaking and what you got to say about people who choose righteousness over any whatever kind of color. You see what I'm saying? We let the Most High deal with those who make themselves our enemies, for those who commit atrocities towards us unjustly. You see what I'm saying? But when it comes down to situations like this, you got to go along with what's right. And it was very disappointing to see people, you know what I mean, so-called influential people within our Israelite community, you see what I'm saying, who chose their blackness over what's right or wrong. You see what I'm saying? That right there just shows me, you know what I mean, confirms to me why so many people out here walk as individuals, those of us who are in the truth, who know who we are, why we are where we are, and where we are intended to be, and which is why we just are heads of our households, and we rolling, and we waiting for the kingdom to come. And we not associating ourselves with no type of groups, affiliations, or none of that mess. Because then you've been enjoying some mess, then a situation like this come up, and then the people who are the leaders and elders within your organization take a stance like supporting a murderer, supporting somebody who went out here and killed somebody else's son. And then y'all trying to find ways to justify just because the boy who did the killing was black and the boy who got killed was white. You know what I mean? When all of us throughout the black community know that if the shoe was on the other foot and the white boy who stabbed the black boy, you know what I'm saying? Y'all would have been calling for his head. Y'all would have been mad that he ain't give it 35 years. Y'all would have been out there protesting and burning stuff down because they ain't give him life without parole or the death penalty. Y'all can miss me with that foolishness. We are God first, not black first. And if you are black people that got something to say about black people like me, I'll just meet you on the other side. May the Most High judge between both of us when the kingdom come. And with that, Mr. Picard, I'm going to get out of here. And always remember to keep the fire burning. A little more oil in my lungs. Hallelujah, Mr. Picard. Keep your eyes open. Stay prepared so that you don't have to get prepared. And remember that your redemption is near. Until we meet again, Mr. Picard. Kuma Yisrael. Kam Yasha'al. Rise Yisrael. Shalom, Shalom. Salam, Mr. Picard. Hallelujah.